Hello and welcome to another ALPsConnect support video. In this video I'm going to just deal with an issue that the upload of the CG2 data has thrown up. Whilst we deal with that issue, I'm going to show you how to do performance-based ad hoc groups. It's quite a useful tool. So here I am, I've logged in and I'm just checking up here in the top right corner that I'm using the CG2 data. In the previous video I looked at the CG1 data. I can still access the CG1 data, but of course I want to stay with CG2, so I'll leave that as it is. And then I'll go on to subjects. And for this video I'm going to actually do a different subject. I'm going to go down to BTEC Applied Science, click on that, and here is my subject page. Now at the moment, if I go to the thermometer, and you might remember this is how you reveal how many grades are required from the previous video. I'm going to lift ALPS 8 here, go up to ALPS 3, and I can see there's a mammoth amount of points required for the current cohort to hit ALPS 3. However, that score might not be realistic based on the fact that there are some aliens, as it were, in your student lists, and this is the error that the CG2 upload has given us, unfortunately. So if I get rid of that, I'm going to go to students, and I can see where the error has occurred. I've got many students here. Philip Brown, for example, if I go to the right hand side, I can see that Philip Brown has no current grade, and that is because he is not on the course. And it's the same for Charlotte Doyle, Neve Edwards, and so on. However, Harrison Barnes and Aaliyah here do have current grades, and that's because they are on the course. So I need to split those who are on the course from those who aren't. And in doing so, I'm going to show you a rather neat tool that you can compare different groups of students. So I need to click on What If, and let's just remind ourselves that at the moment the entire cohort is ALPS 8, and if I lift it to 3, 24 students need to improve by 80 UCAS points and 10 by 40 UCAS points. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down to compare here, hit the addition sign, and I've got all these sort of basic level comparisons, but I've got this tool here, ad hoc comparisons. I'm just going to enable that feature, and you'll see that there's this quite colourful colourful column has been added to the left hand side of the table. If I click on that, you'll notice there's 4 different colour blocks that I could attribute to each student, and that enables me to work with different groups. So I'm going to go through this and label as green all those students who are definitely on the BTEC Science course. Now you could do the same thing if you've got an issue with aliens, as it were, on your table, or you could do the same thing if you perhaps got separate classes and you want to separate by class. Could help you identify which teachers might need more support, or which teachers have got overachieving groups and so on. Or you could just perhaps pick on your HPA students and label them with a colour, or your disadvantaged students, or even boys and girls, and label them with separate colours, so you can work on different intervention groups. And this is the ad hoc comparison groups that I was talking about. So now that I have labelled every real student as green, I can see the thermometer over here now has an overall ALPS score and a green ALPS score, and it's the green ALPS score which is in fact the score that I want. So if I look at this group, they're currently on ALPS 8. If I lift them to ALPS 3, I can see it's changed dramatically, and I now need 11 students to get 80 UCAS points and 4 students to get 40 UCAS points. So that's 880, 160, so that's 1,040 points in total required. Now where are those points going to come from? Well, if I get rid of that, I could, without looking at the students themselves, I could just go to outcomes, and you'll notice that you can actually play what if on this area of the site as well. And I've got my 15 students here. There's the overall group. Well, I want to go to the green group, okay, because the green group is the group that is definitely in my in my class. So I've got 15 students, and there are currently 8 merits, 5 passes and 2 U's. So if I start moving these around, if I click on one of these 8 merits, move it to distinction, okay, that one child moving has added 60 points to my total. They've gone from 80 to 140. And I'll keep going and just keep moving students from the merit column to the distinction column. Okay, and that's it. All my merits are now distinction stars, I should say. Okay, and you can also see where they track the changes here. So I could see that 8 students have gone from this particular row, and 8 students have been added to this particular column. Sorry. You can also see the change in the ALPS grade here. It's currently showing ALPS grade 7, and we can see that over here on the thermometer as well. So I'll keep moving them. I'll now move my pass students to distinction star, and that should make some very healthy leaps, because there's 100 points being added with every move here. Okay, and one more. Okay, and that's taken me to ALPS 4, but I've still got these 2 U grades, and of course they're getting 0. The greatest leap here can be made, it's an equally great leap to make from a U to a pass. We really need to do something about this. So if I move these to, let's go to very, very close, so I need another. If I go down here, I can see that I'm very, very close to actually hitting my target number of points required, 1874. I'm actually getting at the moment 1820. So if I just move one of these U's to a merit, yep, there we go. So I'm now ALPS 3. Okay, so you can move grades in this area of the site as well, quite arbitrarily, quite quickly, in order to sort of see where you might be able to win students over. However, it's not a feature I think will become very popular, because you of course want to see the students you're working with. Unfortunately, if you do change things in this area and you go back to students, you have to revert back to the original data. It does keep the color coding that we had, which is great, but it doesn't do anything with the what ifs and all the movements of grades that I did. So I could go through all of these students here and do exactly the same again and change them from merits to distinctions. Okay. So for the purpose of this video, I hope that helps you in doing 2 things. In number 1, countering the rather ugly fact that we have some ghosts or aliens in our data. But in doing so, I've also then taught you how to do some ad hoc performance groups, which enables us to get around that problem caused by these aliens, but also enables you to specifically target certain groups of students. And don't forget, of course, that I could save this, the work that I've done, the what if changes I've made, I could save that there. I could go then to my saved tab here, and I can see that on the 8th of the 3rd there, I've got a what if sheet that's ready to go, and I just have to hit share. Please remember, you need to hit share and tick allow other users to see the report, copy. Okay, and you've now got on your clipboard this URL, and it's this URL that if you share it, others will be able to log into ALPsConnect and see the what if hypothesis that you've put forward, and they can adapt it from there as well, which is great if you're team teaching. Okay, bye for now.